Hey Kimber fans, I have a Pro Carry II that I would like to show you today, and this is the same Pro Carry II that we did the night sight modification on in a previous video. And I've had it out at the range, and I am really happy with the modification that I made, which was these night sights. I got it on perfectly, first time. My group is about the size of a tennis ball at 30 yards, and that is good enough for me. So just by lining these sights up manually in the center, it's provided really accurate results. They're super bright at night, and I'm really happy. Kimber brand night sights. The second modification is this Hogue Grip, and I wouldn't say that it's sticky, but it almost feels sticky. It's got kind of a tack to it. And these are cheap. I think they're, under 30 bucks, and they fit, they just fit so well in your hand. They've got a little bulb right here, little bump that you can see. And that fits right in the center of your palm really comfortably. I don't like anything here. There's a model that has finger grips that go around, but this is very comfortable. And aside from the accuracy in a 1911, I have these other two guns out just to show you what I'm used to and do a little comparison in quality build. But I am really accurate. I can see why these 1911s are relatively unchanged. I had a Defender, a Colt Defender, that my wife got me one year for Christmas, and I actually sold it because it was so heavy. It was a stainless frame, same size, officer size, but same frame, or same size, stainless, unbearably heavy. And the other thing about the Colt that I didn't like is it shot the cartridges back at you as opposed to out the side. I was always getting hit in the face, or they kind of went behind me. It's really strange. It's just the design, I guess. This shoots it out to the right, just as it should. But anyway, first time at the range yesterday. I'll show you some video of that at the end. But I have these other two guns out because I just wanted to show you a comparison. I'm new to 1911s, and I'm just so impressed with the build. It is so tight. I mean, that's this rattling, but there is no rattle. The thing is rock solid. There's no movement between the slide and the frame. I think the only thing that I think is a bit of a drag is this coating here. It really is kind of crap. It scratches. I've touched it up here and there, but if you knock it against anything, it's going to scratch immediately. The slide is got a pretty good quality coating on it. I mean, it took the hammering of getting the sights out, and not a scratch, not a nick. But the frame, Kimber just needs to come up with something better. This is the 9-round magazine. It's the new style magazine. I learned something recently from Kimber. So they redesigned these, and there's a little tongue here that goes down into the magazine. And you see when I push this, you can see how that tongue would slide down the inside of the magazine, down the front inside of the magazine. And that's a new design. So what was happening is the magazine that came with this used was the older style, and it didn't have this little tongue that comes straight down. It was just straight. And it allowed for the top of this assembly here to get cockeyed in there and actually jam. It was mostly just annoying when you were loading the magazine. But I questioned Kimber about that, and they said this is a new design, and they sent me out 2 for free. So thank you, Kimber. And I just threw away the other ones. I wish I kept them so I could show you the difference. But this is an improved design. If you don't have this style, this is the latest. 0 failures yesterday, as you would expect. Anyway, the reason why I have these other two guns out is to show you. This is my my PPQ, and listen to this thing rattle. That's the And I get it. I know that polymer guns are built, looser, but that rattle, and it shows an accuracy. I'm far more accuracy with the Kimber than I am the PPQ, and it's got to have something to do with that, with those build tolerances. And I know, this is not to knock Walther, or really, this is an HK. I get that, this is designed to have dirt and grime and crap in there, and it'll just keep firing and keep firing. But it's less accurate, for me anyway. The other thing about these other, striker fire type is the trigger. So I really liked the PPQ trigger. It pulls back nice. All the way, you get a solid click. Well, then you get used to this, and it's just, are you kidding me? That's the take-up. Right there, you see it? That's it. And bam, very crisp. It's such a better trigger. You know exactly when it's gonna go. It's amazing, as opposed to the PPQ, where you've got all this going on, and it's a little bit of crunch right there, just not as crisp, and then you go. I'm just personal preference. I've never really been a big 1911 fan. Like I said, my Colt was really my only example, and after yesterday, I'm sold. Now I'm not going to carry this because it's just not what I would carry, but shooting it is a dream. So here's my HK, and I brought this out just as a kind of a higher quality, at least from a reputation standpoint, on a polymer. You don't get that rattle, like you do with the PPQ. It's definitely a tighter fit. It probably has 1,000 rounds through it. But it's still not as accurate as the Kimber. And again, with the trigger, you've got all this take up, and then boom. I actually prefer the trigger on the VP9 over the PPQ, but neither one of them compare to the trigger on this 1911 anyway. So that is really the video was about the Kimber Pro Carry II. Really happy with it. These mods were relatively inexpensive. In fact, that's all I'm going to do to this gun, aside from continuing to touch it up when I scratch it. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for some footage from the range yesterday. I've got some slow motion, and you can see you can see this gun in action. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.